Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I wanted to go over my bank because I haven't made a bank video since last summer, and I used to do monthly bank videos, but I just stopped doing that for whatever reason. And it has changed a ton because, Invention came out. I spent a bunch of money on that. I've done a lot of Slayer and bossing since then. So let's just dive right into it. Alright, so in my last bank video, I kind of streamlined the process of me showing you guys my bank. Instead of me doing a price check at the end of the video and having it take 300 hours, I have already checked the prices of my entire bank, and I'll just tell you guys the prices of each tab individually, and then at the end we can add everything up and see the total value. So anyway, in this first tab, there's not really much going on. I do have a lot of my clue items that I have from when I was going for 100 of each of the clues. I'll probably finish that eventually. It's just, I don't know, it's on the back burner. Pretty much I just put stuff in here whenever, and I have recently cleaned it out so it isn't as jam-packed as it used to be. And in total, it's about 10 mil worth of stuff. A lot of that is coming from the barrows amulets here, and then the clue loot adds a couple mil there. On to the next tab. Here is the Herblore tab. So it's basically just my potions. I do have to eventually restock on some of these Supremes. Like the Supreme Overload Salves, I do have 150, but that won't last me forever, so I gotta go make a little bit more of those eventually. I have a ton of brews, and a lot of these are from my Iraqs or loot video, so I don't necessarily use these, but I'm keeping them because it's technically loot. But anyways, this tab is worth 68 mil, so it's not too bad just for an Herblore tab. Next, we're in my summoning tab, so looking at my charms, I almost have 50,000 crimsons already. That's pretty nice. I'm saving them up until I get 200 mil summoning banked. I know I could just go and get, 120 summoning eventually during a double experience weekend, but I kind of want to just knock out 200 mil in one sitting, so I'm just keeping all these for that. And it's going to take forever, so that's a long time in the future. And if you were wondering what the hell these items are, these are for clues. I don't really have any other tab to put them in, so I just put it in my summoning tab, at least for now. And I almost forgot to say, but this tab is worth 8 mil. And now, this is my Herblore Habitat tab, and this used to have relevance to me, maybe 2 years ago, and I have not done anything with it, so I'll probably destroy a bunch of these items eventually, but I don't know, maybe I'm just keeping it just in case there's ever a need for it. And if you remember my 120 thieving video, these symbol pieces are from that. I'm just putting them in here for fuck all reason. And yeah, this tab is only worth 1 mil, so pretty lame. Next, we're on to my rare items tab. So I just put any rare collectibles or just in general rare items in here. All of my spirit gems, my long bones, curved bones. I do also have 2 of the dark items from the shadow creatures. So I have 2 of the 3 pet pieces. And hopefully I get the 3rd piece through my Slayer series, but we can only hope. And then these eggs are just a collection. My buddy just gives me eggs every now and then, so I've just been keeping those. Pretty funny. And then I have 30-something Triskelion keys, and I'm working on getting 50 so I can make a video out of that. So that's a long way ahead. And then I have all these protein items. I don't really do anything with them yet, but I'm planning on using them for brawlers, but I'm just holding on to them for now. That's a ton of experience though, 2,000 logs, 1,300 traps, oh man, that's a lot of shit. And then I have a ton of brawlers that I got a lot of them from Slayer and Thieving. I'm just holding on to them for now. I have all my auras in here, my skilling sets, so that's pretty much it for this tab. This tab is actually worth 17 mil, and the only tradable items in here that I know of are the eggs and the note paper, so that's basically where the 17 mil is coming from. And here we are into my skilling tab. I don't know, it's not really a skilling tab anymore, it's mainly just a farming slash teleports tab, and supplies, I guess, for food, just easy access. And I used to have a lot more farming stuff, but I've been kind of cutting back on how much I farm. I just do my daily tree run, get a couple 100k experience, and then call it a day. I also have my runes down here. I do have a ton of deaths and blood runes, and that's from Slayer and Muspa and that kind of stuff. I've also been doing a lot of fishing lately because you can train invention through fishing now, so I'm probably just gonna keep all these urchins until 120 fishing and maybe make a video out of that. Oh, and I just noticed I do have my 3 ancient emblems. I totally forgot that I got these. If you don't know what these are the pieces to make the next defenders. And I was super lucky when I got these. I think the drop rate's 1 in 50, and I got 3 in 100. So this tab is 93 million total, and that's pretty awesome. A lot of it's coming from the runes and the invention items and whatnot. So moving on to the next tab. Here is my gear tab. I don't really know what's going on in here. I just like lumped everything together, tried to make it look nicer, but this is gonna look like shit in like 3 days. You know, I just like take things out and then I'll just be too lazy to fix them. And then one thing you guys need to know is that these tier 90s that I have, they're augmented, so you can't like price check them, but you can get rid of the augmentations now, so they're still worth money. And I found up the prices of them, and I just used that to find the price check. But I still have all of my Nex boots, and I have my Pernix armor that I use every now and then. Still have my tier 90s armors. And then everything after the max cape are augmented items that I'm using for invention. So I have all of these crystal fishing rods. It's going to take forever to get through those. I also have 4 royal crossbows, and I have no idea when I'm going to use those, because like they're a lot slower than a Nox bow. But I don't know, one of these days I'll use them up. And this tab comes out to 550 mil, so that's a huge tab. It's one of my bigger ones. And you know, a lot of that is coming from the Noxious bow and the Noxious staff, of course. Alright, here we are with the big tab, the biggest tab in my bank, and probably the most beautiful one. As you can see, just the first row, like probably half of my bank is in this first row in this tab, like 700 mil, all these blood shards, ceramic scales, onyxes, onyx bolts, all my ore. Yeah, it's just crazy. So I'm not going to go like really in depth on this tab because I go over this every now and then in my Master of PVM series and my Slayer series. So I think you guys know what's going on in here, but it's nice to look at. And if you guys are wondering, this tab is a little bit more than 1.6 bill. So holy fuck, that is insane. Over half my bank is definitely in here. And it's going to be amazing to see, like, you know, a year, 2 years ahead from now. What is this going to look like? I can't even imagine. And for the final tab, now this tab is a little weird because I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I'm basically just putting all my rare items in here, like from my series. I guess it's easier for me to keep track of stuff, but it's very unorganized right now, and eventually I will organize it so it looks really nice. But I really don't know how many items are going to be in here, or if I'm going to add more. So right now it's just really unorganized. But as you can see, I pretty much have everything in here. Like, I have all of my gloves that you get from Slayer. I have my barrows equipment, because I did start doing some barrows again. I'm still working out if I want to do a barrow series again, like I did like 2 years ago. I also have all my God Wars items and QBD, all that fun stuff. And it's weird, I have 10 visages, and I think I only have like 2 from QBD. So that means like 8 of them are coming from Slayer. That's kind of weird. I didn't really know I had that many. Oh, and one more thing, these Techie, I'm like 1 raids away from getting 15k so I can buy an ability. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. I don't really want to do raids, so I'm probably just going to hold on to this for a while. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, this tab is worth 162 mil, so not too shabby. So yeah, that concludes my bank. And if you add all of the tabs together, it comes out to a little bit more than 2.5 bill. So that's actually a little bit less than I was expecting. Like, I've been telling people that, you know, my bank's like around 3 bill. I kind of just assumed it was 3 bill, but it kind of makes sense that it's not and that it's lower because I spent a lot on invention, especially very early on because of materials I had to get and stuff. But yeah, I think a 2.5 bill bank is still pretty solid. Like, I'm eventually going to work on a green party hat, but I think that's way far ahead. And I guess this is a good start, but I still need to finish my pet series and my Slayer series before I can even sell the tabs. And if I remember correctly, my bank, in my last video that was in like July for my bank, I think it was like 2.7. I might be remembering it wrong, but I think it was 2.7 bill. And if that's the case, I did lose, I guess, 200 mil, but I mean, I got 99 invention now. I'm working on getting 120. I'm very, very slow compared to everyone else, I know. But I'm also working on other skills like 120 magic, 200 mil strength, 200 mil HP is just gonna come slowly. Of course, 120 Slayer. And I've actually been making pretty good progress on my 200 mil farming goal. I'm a couple days away from 150 mil, so I'm gonna get that announcement soon. And then I'm also working on 200 mil dungeoneering. So I do have a lot of other skills I'm working on. So making money isn't really a huge priority right now. But hopefully in my next bank video, whenever I make it, I'll be at a 3 bill bank. But for now, 2.5 bill is great. I'll definitely have more than enough money to finish off 120 invention, if not 200 mil. And before I go, I do want to ask, how often do you want me to make bank videos anyway? Like, you know how I used to do monthly bank videos back in the day? I think that's a little too much. Like, every month is a little too much because not really anything is changing. But if there's any sort of schedule you want me to do a bank video, maybe every 3 months or something, I would like to know what you guys want to see for that. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want, tell me your banks down below. Love to read them. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.